Hello, you beautiful works of art. I have been really experimenting this summer with these thriving notes, these little love bombs on being a thriving creative. And I wanted to experiment and explore today with a different version of this. So instead of reading, you get to watch. I've been thinking about a lot how there are different times and seasons in life, and there are also different places where we can put our energy. And we have a lot on our plate. I know that I have a lot on my plate. I can get overwhelmed easily. I have responsibilities around motherhood, in my coaching practice, with my acting, as a partner to my husband. I need to sleep and take care of myself. There's a lot that's occurring. And very often it can be easy to get bogged down in the red tape of it. So I'm going to offer a tool today that will help us to kind of express and have a perspective that might be helpful around when things are full, when there's a lot happening, and how we can put our energies towards what we're doing with a lot of permission. So I'm calling these the 3 C's, and the 3 C's here are catching up, continuing, and creating. So these different pockets, it's all a mental model. It's helpful, keep it, if not, throw it away. But the idea is that there are things in our life that we're behind on, and we have to create some space to catch up on. Then there are things in our life that we're working with. We're just sort of in maintenance mode. We make dinner every week. We got a plan for how we get food in the house. We cook that food, we eat that food, we clean those dishes. Those things happen over and over again, and we have kind of a good system. And then we have areas in our life where we're creating. We're doing something new. We're going out of our comfort zone. We're trying to create a new system or a new art piece or a new relationship or something that is more than. And sometimes we think that there should be an equal amount in each pocket, right? So yeah, I got to catch up on these things. I'm just going to continue these things, and I'm going to create things. I'm going to offer that catching up energy and creating energy are actually the resources that we need to watch out for the most, particularly the creating energy, that there is a lot of courage that has to happen when we're in creativity, whether that's art, whether that's a new pattern in our life, whether that's creating a new habit. There's a lot of tension and focus, and it actually burns up more energy than like the time we give it, right? So the reality in my life is that I'm going to choose into creating really not a lot of stuff. Like, I don't want to be starting a new business and building a house, and I'd love to be building a house, but creating a new habit. Like, we can get overwhelmed if we're trying to be in creation mode too much. My encouragement would be to like hone in and get really clear, what's the one thing I want to be building in this season? 1 to 2 things maybe, right? What do I want to be building and creating? And we can note that if we're in catch-up energy a lot of the time, like if we're in catch-up energy a lot of the time, we might be putting too much on our plate. We might not have ways that are really working. Like if we're consistently feeling behind, then we want to just look at what's occurring. So my encouragement here would be having catch-up time, just a less amount of time. Because if we're over here and there's so much that we're catching up on, it's actually kind of draining. I mean, does anyone else need to call their insurance to get the new doctor that they have to approve the therapy that you are going to? Like, I'm exhausted by this red tape catch-up thing that's been on my plate for a while. I need to create some time and space to catch up, but when too many of those things add up, I don't have the energy I need to maintain and to create. So finding out, where am I? And then when we are in continuing mode, we can start to feel kind of, maybe this is a boring life, or especially if any of us are on the ADHD spectrum, or the creatives of like, oh, I don't want to maintain, I want to be creating. But really making sure that there are things in your life that are just plain working, that there aren't huge upheavals, there aren't huge crises. I don't need to throw a huge drama fit over this. Then you can have more energy to be in creation mode. So I'm curious for you, where you are in your life. Are there pockets of things that you are looking to create? Maybe too many, and you need to hone down and choose which one am I going to create this month in this 30-day period. Are there things that you have to catch up on that maybe you need some pockets in your calendar to just have for catch up? And then do you need to celebrate that there are things that you're continuing, that there are opportunities that you've created in the past, and now you just get to do them, that it's working well. So hopefully the 3 C's were helpful. Let me know if this was a fun way to interact, and I'll see you next time in my newsletter.